Good morning, Facebook family and friends, my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Thursday. It is August 17th, the year is 2017. Alright, so yesterday I did a video about a young man who was an escort who died of a drug overdose in Los Angeles at the home of a wealthy political donor, a guy named Ed Buck. The young man, Gemmel Moore, died. He was only 26 years of age, died at his home while escorting and being injected. Somehow he either Ed Buck injected him or someone injected him or he injected himself with methamphetamine and he died of an overdose. So, okay. Yesterday I got a very disturbing phone call from someone in the Los Angeles area who is I've had conversations with this man before. He is a director of an HIV advocacy group. He's the CEO of a fairly large HIV organization for helping people who are living with HIV. It's a nonprofit organization. I'm not going to say the name. This is about my third or fourth conversation I've had with him over the past year and a half about sex workers, as he refers to them. I call them prostitutes and escorts. He didn't like my video that I did about this young man who passed away. He felt that, in his words, that I don't have a clue what's going on out there in the world today because I'm an old fool living in Atlanta, Georgia. He called me a bunch of names and said a bunch of stuff, and I just listened to this young man. He's not even 30 years of age, but he's the CEO of his own nonprofit, which caters to people who are living with HIV and AIDS. Now, for some reason, he is a strong advocate for people who are sex workers, prostitutes, and escorts. Like I said, we have conversations about this over the past at least, I want to say, a year and a half. It has been about a year and a half since we had our first conversation. I have a problem with this. You're the CEO of an organization that caters to helping people who are living with HIV and AIDS. And you see absolutely nothing wrong with men going out and selling their bodies to prostituting and escorting. You call it a sex work, which is illegal. You don't have a problem with them doing drugs. You don't have a problem with them risking their lives, making themselves sicker. Even though this young man, Gemmel Moore, was living with HIV, you didn't have a problem with this either. Guys, this is why, and I'm going to say this again. I've been involved in the gay community since I was 17 years of age. And over the years, because of things and activities that I've seen and witnessed with my own two eyeballs in this community, I've had to separate myself from the community. Because there's a lot of shit that dysfunction in the black gay community that we just accept as normal. It makes no sense for a 26-year-old man to be in the city of Los Angeles escorting at 26 years of age, selling his ass and dick to old white men and being injected with drugs. This is insanity. That young man had thousands of choices he could have made to better his life. We seem to think in the black gay community that when you hit rough times, which I've hit rough times in my own life, that the first thing you do is you sell your dick and ass and escorting or prostituting or go do some old pornography. All escorting, prostitution, pornography are all dangerous fields that lead to very destructive fields. They're not really jobs. All three of them are when people abuse you, abuse your body, use you for their enjoyment. So you make a little money, but look at the price you pay. And this fool sat on this phone, cussing me out, saying all this stuff, and I listened to this shit. Because I really wanted to hear his opinion about this. I should have recorded the call, but I'm not going to go there. I want to say who he is, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to leave it alone at that and just do this video. Because I don't support anything this man said. What in the hell is going on when you think it makes sense for a 26-year-old man to be in Los Angeles escorting and prostituting, or in New York, or Atlanta, or Chicago, wherever. I refuse to believe that this man could not have found a job or income doing something. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe he could have went to school, got an education, did anything productive with his life. He ran around a bunch of idiots. And that man that was on the phone with me is a fucking idiot. How are you the CEO of a group that caters to helping people with living with HIV? You think it's okay to be out escorting and prostituting and using drugs? This is insane. This is why I stay away. This is why I don't volunteer for these organizations. This is why I don't go around these people and participate in their programs. I don't go around them and participate in their nonprofit organizations. I don't go near this shit. Because I've had these conversations with these guys. I know what's going on here. Yeah, I'm too old. I'm 47. 30 years experience in this hellhole. I've met people all over the United States who are involved in these organizations. They are a piece of shit. They're a piece of work. And the shit that comes out their mouth amazes me. This young man was HIV positive. Was he on medication? What was escorting and prostitution? How is that going to help his HIV positive status? He was HIV positive on medications. I mean, we don't know if he's on medications or not, but we know he was positive. The question is, when you do illegal drugs like methamphetamine and cocaine and all that stuff, it lowers your immune system even worse. How can you heal? How can you get better? And people support this mess. There are a lot of people I know who are involved in HIV work, working for nonprofits, who are drug users. See, the biggest problem I have with these people who work for these HIV advocacy groups, they go from partying in the streets and acting a fool for years to getting an HIV diagnosis to all of a sudden they done changed overnight. Now they're CEO of some company, but they still get all the bad habits they picked up in the past still run with them. And they carry this shit into their organizations. Anyone can open up a nonprofit. I can go open up one. Get this government money, our money from these damn pharmaceutical companies, and set up shop. And let people come in there and see me and give them medications or however they go about doing their stuff. But we got the wrong people there. Because if you're not telling your clients that are coming through that door, man, you need to stop this escorting and prostituting and doing these drugs. You need to get into some rehab and get you some help. But how can you say that when you're doing drugs yourself? When you're possibly out there escorting and prostituting yourself? This is insane. You don't see nothing wrong with a man being a sex worker? An illegal job that you can go to jail for? You think it's all right? You think they don't have any other options? I'm confused. This is 2017. There are plenty of options for young black men, white men, gay men, straight men, whatever to do. If you're a man in America and you don't have a job, something's wrong with you. You can't push a lawnmower and cut grass. You can't go outside and work for one of these construction companies. They hire people all day long. Even if you don't have a skill, you can walk into any construction site and say, do you all need some manpower? They'll say, yes, sir. We'll pay you $18 an hour. It's hard work. You go to any organization, they have day labor places. But I have friends, I have a buddy who makes a killing going to day labor place. He's a bodybuilder. He goes to day labor because he likes to do that type of work, and he frees his schedule up so he can do other stuff to continue to do his bodybuilding. He said most of his jobs pay top dollar for him because they see him, they pay him good money. And most of the time it's just carrying, loading, unloading trucks and doing stuff like that. The man is young. He's under 30. He has a dream. He's not escorting and prostituting. He's working hard work to achieve something he wants to do with his life. I'm confused here. But I'm the wrong person, right? Because he said that video, he wants me to remove it. He wants me to take it down because I wasn't fair to Gemmel. Because I don't understand what the plight is like out there in the streets of Los Angeles. The streets of Los Angeles ain't no different than the streets of Atlanta, New York, Chicago. I find it very hard to believe. Okay, how is it Hispanics can come from Mexico without a driver's license? Can't even speak English. No paperwork, no nothing. Get to these cities and survive. But a black person born in the United States can speak English, have a driver's license, access to some education in schools, but he has to escort and prostitute and sell his dick and ass because he don't have skills to do nothing else. This is odd to me. And this is sad to me. You guys, let me say this. And I've said this so often that it makes me sick to my stomach. When you're in my position and you've seen so much stuff over the past 30 years of your life, when you've witnessed your friends who were prostituting and escorting get shot and killed, die of drug overdoses, get robbed, stabbed, all kinds of crazy stuff take place. I've seen this stuff. I've seen handsome, attractive guys. See, back in the day when I was younger, I didn't know people were out here prostituting and escorting, but this has been going on for a long time. I didn't know what was going on because it was something that was kept a secret. I would see these guys and I'd say, wow, he's such a handsome brother. I would love to get to know him. But I didn't know they were going back and forth to New York, selling their bodies to strange men in hotels in New York, Washington, D.C., and Miami, and other places around the world. Because I would see these guys and they were handsome, they were attractive. I said, wow, to be in that man's shoes. To have this admiration from so many people, to have that amazing body, that beautiful smile. And then later to learn that person died in some hotel from a drug overdose while out escorting and prostituting, I would be in shock. That couldn't be true. Why was this person doing such a thing? So I learned many years ago, you got a lot of handsome, attractive men in our community. They get caught up and they get lost. Because their looks give them power. But they use those power for all the wrong reasons, to illegally earn an income. Selling yourself, prostituting, escorting. When you do this type of work, you have to have some type of drugs in your system. Because you're having sex with people that you're not even attracted to. I've met so many escorts over the years, I just sit back in shock. People I've known for years, good friends of mine, I had no clue were escorting. When people tell me they work for Bank of America and they work at a job and they go in here, my job is taking me to New York this weekend, and I'm job is saying, what am I supposed to do? When people listen to me, I've had friends that I've known for years who would call, we working at the gym today? No, man, I got to take off to go to New York. I got to go to Chicago because my job is doing. I believed it. I had no other reason not to believe it. And then you find out later on, this person was a whore, was a prostitute, an escort. Never worked for this institution they said they worked at. But lying through their damn teeth. You find this out after they're dead, or in jail, or severely injured, or are sick from AIDS. And I sit back in shock. I said, this can't be true. I admired this person. I knew this person. We worked out together. We laughed together. This person never told me anything like that. I had another friend. When we would work out together at the gym, I would drop him off at the Bank of America building in Midtown to go to work. He didn't work there. He was lying to me. I didn't find out the truth until much later. Guys, listen to me. Every guy I've ever known who did escorting, pornography, prostitution, their lives ended horribly. It didn't end the way it should have ended. That's a fast life that will bring you down fast. Many of them died from AIDS, sick. They looked nothing like they were when they were attractive men. Now HIV has gotten a little bit better to manage and control. The medications are working better, so people are living longer. But if you're taking drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine and you're drinking and you're not taking care of your health, you're not going to your doctor's appointments, you're not doing what you're supposed to, you don't have health insurance, it's still a disaster for these people. For Gemmel Moore, who was also homeless, For Gemmel Moore, who was also a homeless person who didn't have a job, having HIV probably wasn't a good thing for him. There's no support from his family. His mother knew he was homeless. If I had a son that told me, Daddy, I'm homeless, bring your ass home. Hey, I got plenty of space for you to come here to stay in this house, in my home. You're not homeless. Get the fuck out of Los Angeles and come home. I went and got his ass. Then she sent him back. I'm going to post a link to the story. I'm going to read some of this. Because his mother's on his rampage about her son. And she even did a YouTube video. He went back. Gemmel Moore's mother, Letitia Nixon, said that about a year ago, her son called her crying about Buck. He was scared, she says. And his experiences with the 62-year-old inspired him to leave Los Angeles and return to her Texas home. She also says he was struggling with homelessness and an HIV diagnosis. A day before his death, Gemmel Moore flew back to Los Angeles, according to Nixon, his mother. She says Buck sent him a plane ticket. My second oldest son took him to the airport and texted me and said he made it. 5 to 6 hours later, I get a phone call. They tell me my son is dead. His mother's 46 years of age. I'll take that back. 46-year-old tech support worker John Bryce lives near Moore's mother in Texas and said he tried to counsel the man away from drugs when Moore was in town this summer. Basically, he told me this guy, Buck, with fine, young, struggling black eyes, picked them up and said he was going to help them out, make sure they had clothes and food. He said it was an uncommon thing that there were several young guys like him in and out of the house who rung around all day. He wanted to get them high first with weed. Then one day, the guy wanted him, Gemmel Moore, to shoot up. He'd wake up after being shot up naked in bed. Well, he died at this man's house. But something else caught my eye. There was a diary that Gemmel kept that they found. And they found this diary that describes his drug use with Buck. I don't know how true this is, that this man kept a diary and he wrote about what was going on with him. But I'm trying to find a paragraph where in the diary, let me see if I can find it. In his diary, he describes that he thought Buck was going to kill him one day. Here it is. One undated journal entry in the diary states, I've become addicted to drugs. This is what Gemmel Moore wrote. I've become addicted to drugs, and the worst one at that. Ed Buck is the one to thank. He gave me my first injection of crystal meth. It was very painful, but after all the troubles, I became addicted to the pain and fetish fantasy. I just hope the end result isn't death. If it didn't hurt so bad, I'd kill myself, but I'll let Ed Buck do it for now. Okay, now, if this is true, that this young man wrote this in that diary, if this is true, that part, I'm going to post a link to this article, because this article is in the LA Weekly magazine, and the name of the article is Suspected Meth Death at Political Donor Ed Buck's West Hollywood Home Raises Questions. And the sheriff officials say the case is closed on the recent death of a 26-year-old suspected of overdosing on methamphetamine at the West Hollywood apartment of a political influencer Ed Buck. So, guys, this conversation I had yesterday with this man who's the CEO, the director of this nonprofit organization that caters to men living with HIV, it saddened me. Because he's one of the first people these guys who are in help go to. And if you're going to somebody for help and they're saying, man, it's okay to escort, you're just a sex worker. They should be taking out Social Security out you all's bills, taxes, so you all can get health insurance. Sex work is fine. This is what he said on the phone to me yesterday. That the government should learn how to remove Social Security and benefits out these guys pay so sex workers can get benefits like Social Security, have access to Medicare. Jackson, so you really think that this should be legalized, that prostitution should be legal? He says, yes, it's between two grown people. Fine, I get that. Yes, two grown people are making a decision to have sex. They are grown people. And I guess they could make a decision. If one decides he wants to get paid for selling his penis and dick and ass and all this other shit, then fine, so be it. I still find it rather disturbing that a man who works at an organization catering to people, helping people who walk through that door with all types of problems, he thinks it's okay for them to go out there and put themselves in dangerous positions and sell them, their bodies and souls. I just find this just disturbing. And as I said earlier, this is why I stay away from these organizations, because there's some people in there who shouldn't be there. It's like having a first responder show up at a fire, but they're the ones who set in the fire. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I lost. He said I was an old fool, that I wouldn't understand what's going on. I'm from a totally different generation. I'm going to stay an old fool. Because I would never, ever I would never be, I cannot support people escorting and prostituting when I know the dangers involved, when I've seen the destructive behavior it does, and how it hurts and harms people. Why would I want anyone to be participating in that? Why? This is sad. No, I'm not removing that video. I'm not taking it down. No, it wasn't disrespectful. I felt I still feel the same way. That young man could have did anything with his life. These guys out here to escort and prostitute can stop that shit and go do something. It's going to take some hard work, though. Nothing in life is easy. It's going to take some work. But you figure it out. There's always going to be trial and error. I've had my difficulties in life. You all not forget I've told you stories about me going to prison and going to jail and being arrested and all this other stuff. But here I am sitting here now. Life is what you make of it. If you want to fail in life, you will fail. But if you want to succeed, and that's your dream, to succeed and have success, you will have success regardless of whatever's going on. Regardless of the background you come from. Regardless, you control the destiny in your life. You. Only you. Gemmell made a bad decision to go to Ed Buck's house and allow this man to do some things to him that caused his death. To catch a flight back to Los Angeles to see this man was ridiculous. And somebody should have intervened and said, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is dangerous. It should have been his own mama. She should have known better. When you read that article, she knew her son was escorted. She knew he was positive. She knew he had drug problems. Why would you allow him to go back to Los Angeles? I don't understand this. I would not have allowed my son to go back. Do black women not have the power to control their children? This is why I always say black women can sometimes be the most dangerous aspect of the black family. Because they're raising these children alone. They don't have a man there to keep these kids under control, even though he was 26 years old, 26, 27, whatever his age was. Had he had a strong father figure in his life, things might be different. And I firmly believe that. But that's another video. Black women don't have the power to really influence their children once they get over a certain age. And these kids run wild. And this is where the problems start. Where is it? I'm not even going to go into that because I know a lot of you all seem to think that a black woman can raise a child and have success. Some of them do have success, but the vast majority do not. Yes, some black women can raise their children and have success with their kids, and their kids grow up and they'll be fine. But the vast majority of black women who are raising children alone with no husband, no boyfriend, nobody, no nanny, it is a catastrophe for those children. And we have to understand that. And I bet you $1 million Gemmel Moore's father was not involved in his life. Anyway, that's it for now. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. And I know I'm not removing that video. I love to read you all's opinions. Today, again, it is Thursday, August the 17th, 2017. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Thursday. Please do something productive with your life. You don't have to sell your dick, ass, and pussy to succeed in life. There are other things that you can do. I'm out of here. Enjoy your day.